Good morning everyone. Our assigned topic is all about writing a formal email. So the first point in writing a formal email is use a professional email. Of course, we need to use a professional email. Using a professional email address is essential in formal communication, especially for business or academic purposes. A professional email address should ideally include your name or a variation of it. Avoid nicknames, numbers, or special characters that could make it look unprofessional or difficult to identify. For example, JillianMarbas@gmail.com. More formal, right, than cooldude123gmail.com. A professional email address helps build trust and creates a good first impression, showing recipients that you take communication seriously. Many experts recommend using a company or school domain, for example, our GMC account.
The second one is the subject line. Say for example, the notice of absence, personal emergency. The subject line is clear and concise, informing the recipient that the email contains a notice of absence due to personal emergency. It sets the tone for the email content and it helps the recipient understand the importance and the seriousness of the message. A clear subject line helps to ensure that the email is prioritized and addressed promptly with the recipient.
Salutation. Begin your letter or email with a polite and professional greetings, typically using Dear followed by the recipient title such as Dr., Mr., Miss, or Prof, and last name. Addressing the recipient by the title and last name shows respect and an expected formal greetings style and professional communications. For example, Dear Dr. Smith, Dear Miss Johnson. If you're uncertain of the recipient gender or if they prepare a gender-neutral salutation, you can use their full name instead of Mr. or Miss. This approach is increasingly common and restful of the recipient. Keep in mind that to whom it may concern can sound somewhat impersonal, so it's the best reserved as a last resort.
The opening line of a formal email is essential for setting a respectful and professional tone. Start with a polite greeting such as Dear recipient's name, which personalizes your message. Follow these with a brief introduction if needed, especially if it's the first time you're contacting the person. For instance, my name is your name and I'm reaching out regarding a specific reason. Gives context to your message.
Today, we'll focus on how to write the body of an email. This is the main part of an email where we explain our message clearly and effectively. The body of an email can be organized into 3 simple sections to make it clear and easy to understand: introduction, details, and request or action. First, start with a brief introduction, explains why you're writing. Get to the point in 1 or 2 sentences. For example, I'm writing about our group project's deadline. This way, the reader immediately knows the topic. Next, provide any background details needed. This could be specific information that helps the reader understand the situation. Keep it relevant and short, like I encountered an unexpected issue that delayed my progress. Finally, if you're asking for something, state your request clearly and politely. For example, it could have an extra week to complete the project. This make it easy for the reader to know exactly what you need. Let's put it all together in sample body. I'm writing to request an extension for our class project. I ran into an unexpected issue that delayed my progress. Could I please have an extra week to finish it? This structure keeps everything clear and direct. In summary, by structuring the body with a clear purpose, brief details, and specific requests, we make our emails effective and easy to read. Thanks for listening.
Closing line. A closing line is important for several reasons. Number 1, professionalism. It reinforces the formal tone of the letter and shows respect to the recipient. Number 2, clarity of intent. It summarizes your main purpose or request, ensuring that the reader understands your key points before concluding. Number 3, encouragement for response. A well-crafted closing line can encourage the recipient to respond or take action, whether it's providing information, considering a request, or scheduling a meeting. Number 4, politeness. It conveys gratitude or appreciation, leaving a positive impression and fostering goodwill. Number 5, closure. It signifies the end of your communication, giving the letter a clear structure. Overall, a thoughtful closing line enhances the effectiveness and impact of your message.